More now on our top story. Lawmakers from both parties are pressing the Trump administration for answers over the legality of a follow-up strike on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. The question is, did the U.S. commit crimes? Who is responsible, if so? Joining me now from Capitol Hill is Senator Jack Reed, who is the top Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee. Thank you so much for being here, sir. It was really interesting to see over the weekend the statement that came into my inbox from you and the Republican chair of the committee, Senator Roger Wicker, together vowing to investigate these strikes. First, what are you hoping to get? Tapes, transcripts?
Well, we've requested previously, both Roger and I, for a whole litany, beginning with the videotapes, going to the after-action reports, the exhorts. Many of them are required by law to be given to the committee, and they've avoided that law. They've ignored it. So we need information because we have to make a judgment of whether this operation is legal, not just the individual strikes, but the whole operation. And then, of course, the attention is now being focused on one of the strikes and the possibility of criminal activity.
Senator Wicker, the chairman, said this morning to Manu Raju that he expects that the committee will get full access to everything that you just discussed. Do you share his optimism?
Well, I hope so. Again, the chairman has taken a very thoughtful and, in many cases, courageous step to insist that we get this material. One of the reasons why I'm so confused that they won't release the material is that they have video of the entire operation of all these strikes. Then they could essentially and effectively dispute the allegations that have already been made. So I'm very suspicious that they've never shared that tape with us and that they are consciously trying to cover up what took place.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think there's serious issues of legality under United States law, under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which governs military personnel, and under international law. And I think that is one of the factors that they're considering.
Senator, I want you to listen to Pete Hegseth. He is in a cabinet meeting currently with the president, and he had a chance to speak, and he spoke to what is going on in the operation and specifically kind of this controversy. Take a listen.
We've only just begun striking narco boats and putting narco terrorists at the bottom of the ocean because they've been poisoning the American people. We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now, which is the entire point, right? Deterrence has to matter, not arrest and hand over and then do it again, the rinse and repeat approach of previous administrations. This is meant to get after that approach. And I will just end by saying, as President Trump always has our back, we always have the back of our commanders who are making decisions in difficult situations.
What does that tell you?
Well, it tells me that he is still propagating the line that this is a critical and decisive and effective way to stop drugs coming in. And first of all, drug trafficking is a law enforcement issue. We currently have the Coast Guard and others who are operating in the Caribbean, disrupting the trade. That could be enhanced, and rather than spending millions of dollars doing that, they're spending it on military activities. And he forgot to mention that we have a carrier task force group in the Caribbean. We have multiple destroyers. We have a Marine Expeditionary Unit. That does not have anything to do with drug interdiction. This is, I think, just an incredibly challenging situation, and the fact that it's bad strategy, it's bad law enforcement, and it could be a serious crime in the law of war.
Effectively, what it sounded like he was saying is that the ends justify the means, that there are fewer boats coming because they're scared, because people are getting killed.
Well, first of all, let's put it into perspective. Fentanyl is the #1 drug that is killing Americans. It does not come from Venezuela.
Right,
It
this
comes
is
through
apparently
Mexico.
mostly cocaine.
This is mostly cocaine. They are a transit point for cocaine shipments. A great many of those shipments go to Europe as well as the United States, and knocking off a speedboat with perhaps a ton of cocaine is not going to decisively disrupt the cocaine trade coming out of Venezuela. More intensive interdiction with increased Coast Guard participation would be a better approach. The other issue, I think, is that one of the factors that drives use in the United States and is demand. And most narco traffickers are not in those boats. They pay people to do that, and usually people who are not significantly involved with narco trading. It's the way they make money. Mm-hmm. And rather than doing that, we should spend a lot more resources on law enforcement in the United States. They're actually cutting that back in terms of federal intervention, and also medical care and therapy that will get people off drugs and prevent them from dying because of drug addiction.
Senator Jack Reed, thank you so much for being here. Please let us know, obviously, as soon as you get those tapes and that information, that you can share it with us, because a lot of people have the questions that you have. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you for joining Inside Politics today. CNN News Central starts after the break.